Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to the Starters.
What an exciting moment this is.
1,000 episodes?
That's a good number.
Shout out to your team, too, the Starters.
I love this show.
I can't hear nothing.
This is weird.
I like that you ran the treadmill for the whole show.
This looks like my due, right? This is for you, Brad.
You have to block all the crazies like me out of your life.
He's driving me crazy.
I can't see where I'm going here, guys.
I feel like this is Doubtfire.
Go, Trey, go.
My work is done.
We got it going on, baby.
This is great live television here.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to the Starters' 1,000th episode. Way to go, gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby. It's a party here. 1,000
They worked. The balloons worked.
presented by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Whether you're joining us live right now on NBA TV, joining us later watching on YouTube, maybe listening to the podcast, doesn't matter to us. We're so happy to have you here for our 1,000th show. Lee's having a blast.
Trying to get a few more
What
of
are
these
you
balloons
doing, man? All right,
they come.
there you
Here
go,
they
Lee.
come.
Good.
Yeah, you got that.
Way to go, Lee.
How did that actually work?
I'm Jay Skeets. I'm Jay Skeets alongside me, as always, all 1,000 episodes.
Uh-oh.
That is Tass Mellis.
Thank you for joining us.
To his right, like a kid in a candy store, like a kid in a balloon store. It's the International Man of Mystery, taking it to Max Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Lee. And last, certainly not least, over yonder, that is the bearded one. That's Trey Kirby. Hey, yo! TK, what's poppin', man?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag the starters, and since it's our 1,000th show, we got a pretty simple question for you today. What's your favorite starters moment? People have been tweeting them in all day. We got some of the best right here. Ole says it's all the times when you mention Bieber dribbling. That was the reason I started watching the show. One of our classic clips. Real Deal says when Tass sang the Greek national anthem and then got on TV in Greece. A minor Greek superstar for a while there was Tass. Drew says it was Skeets uncontrollably laughing at Lee's hot pepper hiccups. Very funny moment. Nico says, man, those pocket dogs flying out of Trey's pockets. I laughed every time when he surprised us with those delicious hot dogs. And my favorite answer from Guillermo, who says the wedgie song. And every time I got to sing along to Jerry Greenberg. We've had a lot of great moments. But this is where you hop in. Send us your best tweets, your favorite moments to hashtag the starters. I'll be checking them. We'll see them a little bit later.
Yes, we have a very fun show tonight. I know I say that every night, but this one isn't a lie. This is going to be a blast. We got a few 1,000 episode surprises in store for us. Brent Barry, Bones himself, is going to be back here in studio.
Must be a special day.
And hopefully we got a little time for your very solid play if you're not distracted by the balloons.
There he
Bones
is.
already here. All right. But first, let's talk a little basketball before we get into it. Let's play a little Is This News? Trey's rounded up some recent NBA headlines. He's going to pitch them to us, and we'll determine whether or not they're actually newsworthy. You know the drill. TK, take it away.
Our first headline is from The Athletic, and it reads, Klay Thompson's injured thumb could cause an extended absence. Is this news?
I'm going to say it's not news because I don't think it's going to affect him going into the postseason.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. And I feel like the Warriors are comfortable with the 2 spot. They think that they can go into Houston. Yeah, Houston, you got 4 home games. We got 3 home games. I think they can deal with that, and they're not going to fall to 3rd place. They're so far up on the Blazers for the 3rd spot. I think they're good. I think they're comfy with where they are. It's sort of like the Celtics. Celtics, the 2 seed in the East. Warriors 2 seed in the West.
Right.
They're chilling.
Yeah.
They're comfortable with where they are. They just got to get healthy these last few weeks.
Could be a little bit of a blessing in disguise for Klay Thompson and the Warriors because over the last 3 seasons, he's been incredibly durable and he's basically played a 4th season if you count the playoffs. So coming a month before the playoffs, get a little bit of rest in, get yourself healthy. They're really banged up right now, actually, the Warriors. They've got tons of injury concerns.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually, as you mentioned, Tass, they're not going any worse than number 2 spot. They could still, in theory, get number 1, but they're probably not going for that right now. So I think it's more just about, okay, get him healthy. Only slight concern, though, it is his shooting hand. And you don't want to carry
Could
that
linger.
into the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one concern.
You see it there, a list of all of the guys right now for the Golden State Warriors that have a bit of an injury. Steph, Clay, Draymond, it's a bunch of all-stars, Andre Iguodala, West, Bell, goes on and on here. They do say that a lot of these injuries, especially to the 3 all-stars there, not considered to be serious in nature. I guess this is news if you are the Rockets or the Rockets fans. Congratulations on the #1 seed. They're very, very likely going to be running away with that there in the West. And we'll have that. And you know what? I think makes for more exciting basketball come playoff time. They need it more than anyone thinks the Warriors need, I think.
Not only will they get the #1 seed, but they could also maybe afford to rest Harden and Paul if a couple of games go in the season, if it's all locked up there, and then they can go into the playoffs fresh as well, because we know the Rockets are gunning for that #1 seed, and until they lock it up, I think all their guys are going to play as many minutes as possible just to make sure they get it.
And it feels like James Harden has locked up the MVP, so he could sit out a couple games, because last year he was fighting through injury after injury to go get that MVP. This year it feels like he's got it. Like they have the #1 seed yet.
All right, Trey, next headline. What do you got?
All right, our next headline is from the New York Post. J.R. Smith thinks he got demoted, and the Cavs are confused. Is this news?
I think this is news. I think it's news because another lineup change for this team is another obstacle they got to deal with. They have, rifts going on, lineup changes, new injuries. LeBron said last week that these injuries aren't getting them or aren't allowing them to get into their flow. And Kevin Love's going to come back and play with 2 new guys in George Hill and Rodney Hood in the starting lineup, who's taken J.R. Smith's spot. Maybe a third if Larry Nance takes Tristan Thompson's spot. And in JR, is he peeved? Are we going to get the best JR? He started the season on the bench, came back, now he's back to the bench. He said on his new/old role with the Cavs, honestly, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I think it's good for the first unit, though, because we actually get to have someone out there that we're going to run stuff for and who is a threat, as opposed to having somebody who is not an option himself. So, yeah, that's a little dig at Tyronn Lue. You didn't run anything for me. Is the locker room, this is just another body blow to this team. How many things do they got to deal with night in and night out? This season-long drama that they've had. And not to say that J.R. Smith's playing bad soldier here, but this is just another thing to deal with. Kevin Love, a bunch of new guys to play with when he comes back, a week left in the season? It's a lot for this Cavs team, I think.
Yeah, JR actually has thrived in the 6-man role before. Remember, he was 6-man of the year for the Knicks on a 54-win team that went to the playoffs. He scored 18 points a game, was very nearly an all-star that season. So this is a role that actually could suit him. He hasn't been very good this year, starting 5. So I think this is actually a smart move by Ty Lue. Maybe try to get J.R. Smith just going again. With that second unit, he's going to get a lot more shots. He's going to get the shots that he wants. Ty Lue talked about it and put the ball on the floor. So he's basically saying to him, you can have free reign of that second unit. So if
you can be our Lou Williams or our Jamal Crawford, or whatever you want to look at it.
And I think that is exactly what the Cavs need, someone coming off the bench like that. And again, JR can play this role.
You said he was shooting poorly this year, and he is. I mean, 40% from the field, 36% from 3. He was even worse last year in the regular season from the field and from 3. But then he just caught fire in the playoffs. I mean, he hit 43s in their 18 games in the playoffs last year. And the year before that, he was instrumental, a big piece of that championship team, where he hit even more in the 21 games from three-point land. So they're just hoping, they're just trying to find any way here to get him going, have that starting lineup go. I mean, it worked for one game, right, against the Suns last night. I know it's against the Suns. Kyle Korver, 5 of 6. Rodney Hood might take that starting spot. It sounds like he will when he's healthy and ready to go. But there's not a ton of minutes to figure out how you give a little bit to JR, though, and a little bit to Korver and a little bit to Hood, if he's starting a lot more to Hood. So that's the difficult part, I think, for Lue. But they got to get JR going come playoff time, because he was huge in a lot of those series over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, is the chemistry going to be there for this team and all the new parts with a week or 10 days left? And yeah, he was 6-man, but is he going to be happy going from champion to 6-man? I don't know.
Maybe not. More soup's going to be thrown, is what you're saying. All right, final headline here, Trey.
All right, our final headline is from the Indianapolis Star, and it says Pacers beat Sixers in playoff-like atmosphere. Is this news?
I think this is news. The Pacers are playing fantastic basketball right now, and this is a possible matchup we could see between the Pacers and the 76ers, and I'm all on board for it. If you saw last night's game, it was had a little nasty edge to it. These teams already don't seem to like each other, so if we got 4 to 7 games between these two teams in the playoffs, sign me up. And it could be, right, a 3-6 matchup, maybe even a 4-5 matchup. But yeah, Ben Simmons had a hard foul on Lance, and the Pacers were calling out Embiid for flopping around, and he actually fell onto Sabonis, who hurt his ankle. There was a lot of extracurricular fun there. But yeah, the Pacers, I hope Domantas Sabonis, the x-rays were negative, so hopefully it's nothing serious, because he's been good. Miles Turner's been great. I like this.
The Pacers have done this in a couple of their wins lately against the Celtics. They grinded one out, and also against the Bucks at home. So they've shown that when games get tight, it's not pretty by any means, but they're getting wins. And that, again, is that playoff type atmosphere and mentality of like, whatever it takes to win. Because Oladipo had that offensive foul late last night. That could have cost them. In the end, it didn't. But they're figuring out how to win, and that could be something that they really cash in on in the playoffs.
And Miles Turner's figuring out how to be a star. He's one of those
he's
guys
been
that you don't talk about an under 25 star. We always have those debates. Miles Turner gets looked over all the time. But if he can be that second star along with Victor Oladipo, you can see a playoff series win from these
Yeah,
guys.
because he's the rare combination of a big who can protect the rim, block shots, but can step out and hit the
And run
three-point
the floor,
shot.
too. He's
a modern-day
Exactly.
big,
All right.
yep.
We got lots more still to come on the Starters 1000th episode. When we come back, who is it? It's the Bone Zone. It's Brett Berry with a pocket dog balloon. Don't go anywhere.
The Starters is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, official partner of the NBA.
You know it's a special episode of the Starters when Brett Berry makes his triumphant return.
He's back!
To the show. He's back. It's been over a year.
I can't believe that. And I'm going to really, I don't want to get too sappy here,
Yeah,
but
sure.
I'm going to.
Goodness.
No, I'm for real. I mean, you guys know that for me, for you guys, the first introduction was when I was in San Antonio.
Yep.
And you guys came traveling through town.
Yep.
And I just came down because I wanted to meet you guys, say hello. And from that moment on, to see where it is that you guys have come, how far the show has come, what it's done for your lives, I think is first of all amazing. But second of all, for people who watch this show, I'm going to tell you how hard these guys work every day to bring you guys some of the best content that is on TV around what the NBA offers up. And if you don't appreciate that, you've got to see a psychiatrist as soon as you possibly can. But I truly am very, very proud of you guys.
We really appreciate
And I'm very
that.
happy to call you guys friends, not just colleagues, but friends. And you guys know that I'm here for you whenever it is that you need me. And congratulations on Show 1000.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
Thank you very
It's nice to
much.
be on.
We might as well just end it right there. I mean, okay.
And I mean,
appreciate
you
it.
guys know I mean that. I mean
Yeah.
that truly.
And when we first came down here, obviously, to Atlanta, too, you were open arms. You were Bones. You're Bones. You're one of the greatest guys I know. So thank you for, convincing maybe some of the other talent here at NBA TV that we were, yes, a bunch of weirdos, but we had a lot of passion and knew what we were talking about.
I do love I did catch today when Ernie was sitting on the open court.
Yeah.
And they were talking about you guys first coming down to Atlanta. I enjoyed that. But it did not take long for people here at Turner to realize what it is that you guys do and how it is that you guys do it. And that includes everybody, MD, Maddie, the staff that's in here. I know they enjoy working on the show. For all the people that come and see you guys in Vegas and get a chance to actually touch you and feel you, Lee.
Especially,
Especially, yeah, it's a great, great thing, and it's awesome.
But who doesn't like us? Can you?
That list has to be very, very short.
let's talk a little ball here. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Again, it's been a year. A year since we've had you on here.
Yeah.
You're taking this players only thing too seriously. Come on, hang out with the Starters once in a while.
Yeah, they've sent me out on the road. They're trying to keep me away from this.
You're doing a fantastic job, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to make mention about one thing you guys were talking about earlier with regards to the Cavs, and not just the fact that you've got J.R. Smith going to the bench. One of the things that's fascinating for me as a player to watch the dynamics of the Cavs is that a lot of the players that have come to Cleveland to try to complete the mission for them this year are very systematic players. You have Rodney Hood, who played in the system in Utah, George Hill, who played his basketball arguably in San Antonio, then in Utah. Then now these guys have to play with the likes of a LeBron James, where a lot of things out on the floor become freelance and off of his play. So their adjustment in the second half in the next 12 games or so is still the most fascinating part of Cleveland's dynamic for them to become the competitive team, come playoff team. It's to watch those ancillary pieces, learn how to play with LeBron James, where it is they can be effective. It affects your aggressiveness as a player because when you're unsure in that game, you can't be unsure for very long.
Right.
It exposes you for too many possessions in a game.
Well, you're talking about the Cavs here. Let's talk about the Spurs quickly. You were a two-time champ with them. Do you want to break some news here during the 1000th show? Do you know what's going on with Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs?
I wish I had some. I can tell you that I spoke with Manu a little bit, and I can't say everything that he told me, but there are a lot of people just wondering, what it is that's happening. Those are guys on the team included about how it is that this is going to play out. And I think it's fair for all of us to assume that if Kawhi Leonard does not play, there's very little chance for San Antonio to compete against what it is that Golden State and Houston represent offensively, what they can do to this team without the likes of Kawhi Leonard on the floor. The San Antonio team cannot keep up the pace offensively with any of those teams that are out there. As great a coach as Pop is, that might be just too tall an order.
Yeah, they seem very aware of Kawhi's status because I heard Tony Parker say, if he comes back Thursday, that's 14 games that we have with him. Like, they're really aware that they need him desperately.
Yeah. Here's what's fascinating, too, Tess, that's happening, is that other teams that have position where they're set, like Boston's a prime example, there are still teams in the Western Conference that are in the playoff hunt that need to accumulate as many wins as possible. If Boston is resting guys and making sure that they're healthy, the fact that these guys have to go on the road to play Boston, it's not the same team in the Garden. So the likes of the Thunder, the likes of the Pelicans, those might have been games where other opponents are thinking they might lose that game. Now there's no chance of them losing that game because Boston's not going to have any guys playing. So it impacts the rest of the guys chasing the teams in the West.
Bones, always a blast to have you on, man.
Great to see you guys.
Appreciate the kind
I
words.
have a gift. I'm gonna add something to the set.
Oh, interesting.
That's my promise to you for the 1000th show. When it comes in, you guys can discuss.
So we're gonna get it in a year when we have you back on. What's going on? Hope
2000th show.
No, it should not take that.
Okay. Brent Barry, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Got to take a break. When we come back, we will continue to celebrate our 1000th episode. Let there be cake. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, starters. This is Dikembe Mutombo, NBA Hall of Famer. I want to congratulate you to 1,000 episode.
1,000th episode for the starters.
This show?
Well, no, just for us as a Turner family.
Oh, for the starters.
Yeah, Turner. It's
Starters.
I don't know how many shows you've done, Kenny.
Why am I standing here? Well, it's a lot of reasons. I'm really good friends with the starters. They follow me on social media.
Skeets, Taz, Trey, Lee, a.k.a. the starters. Big congratulations on your 1000th show.
Starters, congratulations on your 1,000 shows. Oh, Canada.
Well, I want to congratulate them on 1,000 shows. Who knew it? From Toronto, we the North.
Shout out to the starters, being your 1000th episode. 1,000, our fellow Canadians up there. We love y'all, respect, and keep doing a great job and keep supporting the Raptors.
I bet you $1,000 you don't know all the starters' names.
I don't know them all names.
Me either.
Go ahead. How many can you name?
The guy with the beard,
Yep.
the short guy,
Yeah, I just know.
the guy who does all the
I
exercises.
just know Taz and Skeets. Remember, you got to 1,000, but you're not going to break the Dikembe Mutombo black shot record. No, not today.
What's going on, guys? Just wanted to wish you guys and congratulate you guys on 1,000 episodes. Hey, yo!
Hello, starters. Remember San Antonio? Congratulations on show 1,000.
They have to get to what? I'm at 3,400 something. Yeah, tell them to get there, then they can talk to me.
It's been 1,000 shows, and I've been on like 4, maybe 5 or 6 of them by now, which I think merits consideration for the 5th starter.
1,000 episodes, and it occurs to me, because of course it should be about me, that I think I've only been on one of them. How is that possible?
I haven't been on at all, and this is very upsetting to me.
Only 2 of you out of the 4 have only spoken to me,
in passing, and you guys have never had me on your show.
Congratulations to the starters who will be celebrating their 1,000th appearance. 1,000th. Kevin, are you with us on this?
Well, you were talking about the starters. I lost interest immediately.
The Grill Daddy showed up. For your 1,001st show, you gotta have me here. Check my grill marks. Check my grill marks. Check my grill marks.
1,000 episodes.
1,000 episodes?
Yes.
I didn't think they'd make 10.
Hey guys, Josh Jackson here. Just wanted to say congratulations on your 1,000 episodes. Huge accomplishment. Keep pushing, guys.
Victor Oladipo here, Indiana Pacers. Just want to congratulate you guys on your 1,000th show, man. That's feathery. And stay feathery, of course. Peace.
You're part of the Turner family. 1,000 shows is incredible. We see you around here all the time. We love spending time with you at different events. But congratulations on 1,000 shows.
Hey guys, congratulations on your 1,000th episode.
What's up, starters? It's your boy James. I want to congratulate you on your 1,000th episode, and glad to be a friend of the show.
For me to live in Atlanta, Georgia, and you guys to be from Canada, some of you anyway, to be in my country, in my city, and don't have me on your show, and then the NBA TV got the nerve to have me to come on air and congratulate you on 1,000 shows? Congratulations.
Hey, 4 white guys from Canada.
They're not all from Canada. Congratulations on 1,000. Here's to 1,000.
I should apologize, but I'm not going to because I know those guys. I'm not apologizing. I went back to work, Marv.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Wow,
we had no idea
wow.
we were going to get that tonight. I love that Chuck thinks we're all still from Canada, all 4 of us. And Sam Mitchell, we got to have him on the show next week.
Yeah, for
sure. We got to lock that in. We'll make that happen. All right, thanks so much to Matty O, JD, the entire crew for putting that together. We'll be back in a second. Back with the Starters 1,000th episode, we asked you, what's your favorite Starters moment? You hit us up on Twitter, #TheStarters. Trey, you got a few of the best answers.
Yeah, a lot of great ones coming in here. Some of them. Skeets managing to do an entire show with a giant snake around his neck. I think that snake was named Peaches.
That's right.
Definitely witnessing brownies and grill marks. Couple of classics. Tass as Hito Turkoglu, but that's for the loyal ones. That's a Starters thing too. And Antonio says, everything Lee Ellis with 1,000,000 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody, for all your messages.
Yeah, appreciate it. Let's check tonight's pick and play. Wizards, Celtics. Tass, the only one taking the Celtics. Trey, Lee, myself, we're doubling down on the Wizards, who gave us an L last night. So good luck to everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 1,000th episode. We really, truly appreciate it. Shout out to everyone in the YouTube comments, on the podcast comments, on Twitter. And we'll see you guys on Monday. We got a few days off here because of March Madness.
All right. Look at all these photos over the years.
Oh,
Fantastic stuff.
Look at this photograph.
Oh, that was a portrait mode for sure. The gassy no. Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, the journey to 1,000 episodes begins with one step.
Brace the night, people.